मनोविष्टं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम राम। Now, I welcome all of you for today's session. So today we are going to discuss other characteristics of pure devotional service. You are all fine. In the last class we discussed Shubhada and also we started discussing Moksha Laguta Krit. Okay. From there we'll be continuing. I'll be increasing the speed of the class. So please be attentive. We have seen all these siddhis, bhukti, and also other mukti, especially liberation. Now we have to focus here the liberation actually. Liberation. These are all the servants of Bhakti Maharani. Okay. They are all servants of Bhakti Maharani. So from this what we are understanding, the one who is getting the bhakti, so he will not at all be interested in servants of that bhakti. Who are those? That's especially liberation. That means moksha. Liberation means moksha. So for them, moksha is like what? Is insignificant because they are getting the service to the queen. If someone is getting the service to the queen, so he is going to serve her servants. Will he be willing to do that? He will not. Similarly, so then one who is getting that means if one who is getting the bhakti and one he is becoming the servant of the bhakti, then he will not be becoming the servant of moksha. That means for him moksha will be looking insignificant. So when one will get the bhakti, that means how can you say bhakti means here prema. So when one reaches the stage of the bhava, so you can say that he is getting bhakti. So reaching bhava stage is the stage where you can say he got the bhakti. That means bhakti means prema here. Here bhakti Maharani is prema. So Premankuram Bhava stage is also known as is a stage where one is getting the bija of the Bhakti. Prema Ankuram. So then after that, there is a story of Prabhupada narrated. Can someone read from here? Kholavecha Sridhar. Yeah, Nanda, please.
Hare Krishna.
1 second. Let me have my earphones. Yeah, please. Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare
There
Krishna.
was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya known as Kolabechar Sridhar, who was a very poor man of plantain trees, and his income was almost nothing. Still, he was spending 50% of his small income on the worship of the Ganges. Once revealed himself to this confidential devotee, Kolabechar Sridhar, and offered him any opulence he liked. But Sridhar informed the Lord that he did not want any material opulence. He was quite happy in his present position and wanted only to gain unflinching faith and devotion unto the lotus devotees. If they can be engaged 24 hours each day in devotional service, they do not want anything else, not even the happiness of liberation or becoming one with the Supreme. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So see, here the example is given. So Kolavecha Sridhar, even he is offered with the any kind of opulence by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is not at all interested in those things. He want to be engaged 24 hours in a day. So in devotional service, under the guidance of superior devotees. So this is the power of the bhakti. One reaches to the bhakti, and who gets the bhakti, he is not going to having any interest on any kind of material opulences. And also not only material opulences, also liberation also. The pleasure, whatever is coming from the liberation, this is also insignificant. Now, these jivas being habituated to enjoy the material pleasure, so we are grossly immersed in this. And that's why every second, every moment, all those hankerings which are there in the heart, they always pop up by seeing the various so situations in your day-to-day life. When you are seeing a beautiful car, then you will be getting the desire to have that. When you see a beautiful girl, then you'll be getting that, oh, I should have her, and I should have company of her. I should talk with her. I should stay with her, like that. So one may get the desires because, and if someone have the, so by seeing the various things, one want to be, by seeing a popular person, he want to be a popular person in his life also. So because all these urges are there, the various urges are there in the heart, so they are always on the top level actually, and they always give so a lot of hankering for you actually. Those urges they pop up, and most of the times you are not able to understand that you are now in that moment you are influenced by those urges. You are not in the Krishna consciousness. Most of the times it also happens that you are forgetting Krishna and you are not at all knowing that you are not a devotee and you are not a in a Krishna consciousness at this moment. You will be in the, you are in the bodily consciousness and you are driven away the thoughts which are coming from the bodily consciousness, and you are just influenced by the urges because of those, that bodily consciousness. And even you cannot identify also your heinous situation at that time. And that's why, what is the solution for this? You should be always in the devotees association. You should be always so looking for the devotees association, and you should be always hearing the Krishna Katha. And because now the one small baby, so he needs the support. He needs the support of the father or mother. So to walk. Similarly, in the beginning sadhana bhakti stage, we need the association of the devotees. As much as you get the association of the strong devotees, so that much you'll be saved. Otherwise, your devotion will be mixed, or otherwise you will be fully driven away by the material urges, and you are not able to understand also. How much time you are wasting, you cannot come to know us. So that's why, my dear devotees, what we have to do, we have to be always in the association of very powerful and strong devotees. That is very much needed. So that association by the studying the Srila Prabhupada books, and otherwise, so by having the physical association with his disciples, or otherwise by hearing the lectures of Srila Prabhupada. You all should hear the lectures of Srila Prabhupada. You have to do regularly, and also you have to so keep on studying the books. So this is very much important. So that so you will be, by the help of others, you will be in the Krishna consciousness. Next, we are seeing next. Moksha Lagata Kritis is very simple. Only few points are there. So then after that, we are going to hear about the next property. What is that next property? Sudurlabha. What it means? It is a characteristic of pure devotional service. It means what? Can anyone explain? In the last classes I said, what is the meaning of Sudurlabha? That means pure devotional service is Sudurlabha. Means, yes, Sarvani.
Rarely achieved. Devotional service is rarely achieved.
Yeah, pure devotional service is rarely achieved. Not so easy to. Which pure devotional service? Which pure devotional service? Yes, please. Ekanishtam.
Bhava?
Yes, Bhava. Bhava Bhakti, which is the one of the stage of the pure devotional service. Sadhana Bhakti is also one stage in pure devotional service. And Bhava Bhakti is also one stage. And Prema Bhakti is also one stage. So you will see this characteristic is being manifested in which stage? Stage of the Bhava. In the Bhava Bhakti you see, not in the Sadhana Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti is easily available by the mercy of the devotees. But Bhava Bhakti is not so easily available. When you do sadhana rigorously, then Lord is being impressed by you, then He will give the Bhava Bhakti. So okay. So that's why the characteristic Sudurlabhatvam, that means available of very rarely achieving this characteristic is available in what? In the stage of Bhava Sutta. Next, okay. So साधनानुगैर् अनासंगैर् अलभ्य सुचिरादपि हरिणा च स्वदेयेति द्विधा सा स्यात् सुदुर्लभा अनासंगैः श्रद्धादि भक्ति भूमिकांतर्गतासक्ति रहितैः sadhana. So whoever is not going to do sadhana bhakti, they are not going to get the bhava bhakti. So one should reach the stage of the asakti, then he will be getting the bhava. So that's why here Rupa Goswami is saying sadhananugaihi anasangaihi. So alabhya suchiradapi. So someone who doesn't have, that means sadhana. Sadhananugaihi anasangaihi. But one who has sadhana, but he is not in the association of the devotees. Anasangaihi. Then this bhava bhakti is not going to be achieved. So anasangaihi means shraddhadi bhakti bhumikantargata sakti rahitaihi sadhana samukha samuhaihi. So that means if you don't do sadhasanga association of the devotees, then in their association bhajana kriya, and you should nullify your anarthas, anartha nivritti. Then you should get this steady in the devotion, in sadhana bhakti. Then after that you should get ruchi and asakti. If you don't get all these, if you don't travel all these areas, all these levels, then you cannot get bhava. So bhava is very rare to achieve. So first of all, entering into the pure devotion itself is a quite, so that means we need the shraddha actually. We should study the shastras under the association of the devotees. So under the association of the pure devotees, if you read the Bhakti Shastras, then you will develop in by their mercy very strong devotion, very strong faith, very strong faith in the Bhakti and Krishna. Then you can do sadhana. That means you can do bhajana. So bhajana can be begin. So now we might be doing the Mishrama Bhakti. That's not the pure. Pure devotional service means our Krishnanusilanam. So which is done for the pleasing of Krishna. That should be uncovered with the karma, gnana, and so on. And also there should not be any kind of motivation behind this. Such a devotion one has to do. 24 hours he should do direct devotions. So that means Shravana Kirtanadi Rupa Bhakti, he has to do again and again, again and again, 24 hours. Then he'll be, so you can say he is in the pure devotional service. But someone's consciousness is stuck in the karma and the jnana. That means if I want to do bhakti, I need the karma. That means still they have shraddha, faith on the karma. Then in that case, they are not in the pure devotional service. So for them, what is needed? They has to associate, associate the pure devotees, and in under their direction, they has to read, study, so understand the bhakti tattva, bhakti. So then that understanding will lead to the faith. Actually. That understanding will nullify all the doubts. So then he can enter into the pure devotion service. Then, if we follow the all the levels, then he'll be great in the Bhava Bhakti. So that's why Bhava Bhakti is what? Sudurlabha. So in Tantra it is said that Gnanataha Sulabha Muktir Muktir Yagnadi Punyataha Seyam Sadhana Sahasrai Haribhakti Sudurlabha Gnanataha Sulabha Bhakti. By Gnana, one can, by following the Gnana sadhanas, one can get the very easily Mukti. But Bhukti also you can get. Bhukti, Mukti very easy to get. But Bhakti, Bhakti is very rare to achieve. Very rare to get. Even if you follow millions of sadhanas, you will not get. Bhakti you can get by the mercy of the devotees and also by the mercy of Lord. So by mercy of pure devotees, you will be getting the sadhana bhakti, pure devotional service. And by doing that sadhana, by the mercy of the Lord, you will be getting the power. Okay. So that's why you need to understand that this bhakti is sudurlabha. What is written here, you can see. In Tantra Shastra. There's a rareness, this one. Where it is here. Can anyone read? Yes, ma'am.
The rarity of devotional service is also confirmed by where Lord Shiva says to her, "My dear Sati, fine philosopher, analyzing the deep knowledge, he can achieve liberation from the material entanglement. By performance of the ritualistic sacrifices recommended in the Vedas, one can be elevated to the platform of pious activities and thereby enjoy the material comforts of life to the fullest extent. But all such endeavors can hardly offer anyone devotional service to the Lord, not even if one tries for it by such process for many, many thousands of years."
Yeah. So by following the Vedic sacrifices, you can get the bhakti. Bhakti means material enjoyment. If you do various yagas, if you want to become a king of whole earth planet, you should do certain sacrifice. If you do that sacrifice, you can become the king of the whole world. So it's possible actually, even now also. If you do that yajna process properly, you can definitely getting, that means you will become king of the whole world. Similarly, if you do follow jnana sadhanas, you will be getting the moksha. But what about bhakti? By following those sadhanas millions and millions of lives, you cannot get the bhakti. If you follow jnana sadhanas or if you do the Vedic sacrifices, birth after birth, billions of births, you cannot get. So bhakti begins from where? Bhakti begins from where? You are all feeling sleepy. Yes? No? Nanda, you are sleeping, and Ekanishta Mataji, you are also feeling sleepy. Yeah? Yeah. Sarvani Mataji, say, bhakti begins from where?
Srivasuda is the answer.
I provide try
Yeah. Tell
in
me,
the
Mataji.
to the mercy of a devotee.
Bhakti begins from association of the devotees, pure devotees. When one we associate with the pure devotees, then only our bhakti begins. By doing so many social activities, like pleasing the society for that, you might be doing so many activities like charitable activities and like so Vedic sacrifices. Can you get bhakti? You cannot get bhakti. Bhakti begins from bhakti. So when you get the association of a devotee from his heart, bhakti will be transferred into your heart. And then that bhakti is nurtured in the association of the devotees, and then that will grow, and that will grow further, and that will give the fruits. So that's why bhakti comes from the devotees. By doing any number of activities in the mode of goodness, that will not give the bhakti. But if you do the good activities, you can get the understanding that you are not body, you are the soul. And you can get the Brahma Gnanam. By cultivating the mode of goodness, you can realize you are not body and you are soul and Brahman. Sattva sanjayate gnanam. Sattvam yad Brahma darshanam. Okay, you're understanding? So what I am saying, by cultivating that means bhakti is not the product of the modes. In this whole universe, there are three modes are there. And these three modes, all these are the cause for actually various things in this material world. So when we are influenced by the mode of passion, then we'll be getting the lust and anger. Kama yesha, krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. When we are being influenced by the rajoguna, we'll be getting the lust. And when we are being influenced by the tamoguna, then you'll be in the illusion. But when we are influenced, that means when we are under the mode of goodness, then we realize ourselves as soul and absolute truth is Brahman. So that means from the Sattva Guna, you can realize that you are Brahman. Sattvam yad Brahma darshanam. Sattva Guna will be causing you to see Brahman. So that means one can get the moksha by mode of goodness. And by the being in the influenced by mode of passion, then you will be performing various activities, various sacrifices, and you will be getting the various material opulences. To do the Vedic sacrifices, you have to be in the mode of passion. So that's why Karmakandi is always being influenced by the mode of passion. And they will refer the various Karmakanda sections in the Vedas. And they will be doing the big Vedic sacrifices. And they are getting the fruits from that and they are enjoying. Because they have material desires being in the influenced by the mode of passion. To fulfill that, they will be doing the Vedic sacrifices. And similarly, when we are in the mode of goodness, then we will be getting the liberation. So, but bhakti is not the product of any modes. By being in the mode of goodness or by being in the mode of passion or ignorance, you cannot see bhakti. Bhakti cannot be seen with the modes when the consciousness is polluted with the modes. No. Bhakti will be seen with the eyes of the Bhakti, with the eyes given by the Bhakti. And also Bhakti will be given to you. Bhakti is not the product of the modes. Like if you see the pen, pencil, all this, everything in this material world, this pen stand is there. This pen stand is the product of the modes. And this whole material world, whatever you see, your body, your opulence, your everything, your post, position, everything is out of the modes. But bhakti is completely different from this material world. It is completely different from this material world. This is completely transcendental. And then this has to be, you cannot search it in this whole world by your own endeavors. You have to be given with this. So that means bhakti has to be given to you by another bhakta. Then only you can get this. So that's why it is said that bhakti is sudurlabha, very rare to get. And it's completely in the hands of the mercy of pure devotees. You are all understanding my point? If bhakti itself is very rare, then what to speak of getting the bhava bhakti? It is also definitely very rare to get. Yes, you are understanding my point? Yes.
Prabhu, I just want to understand one thing. You said bhakti we can get through a pure devotee. So does that also mean, because now we're talking about how rare this bhakti is and it's falling in bhava bhakti. So that means bhava bhakti, to get bhava bhakti also we need association of devotees and pure devotees to get, right?
No. If you get the association of the devotees, not you get. If they give association to you, pure devotees, if they give their association and if they award you bhakti, then you'll do the sadhana. Then after that, you'll be getting the bhava.
So it's a process.
So, yeah. Even after doing a lot of sadhana, you'll get this. That's already said. So, already Rupa Goswami said that until unless if you don't travel the various levels of the sadhana bhakti, That means sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya. So another nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti. You cannot enter into the bhakti. So that's why it's very rare. Now to give a proof, now we are to give a proof. We are saying bhakti, getting bhakti itself is very rare. Then what to speak of getting the bhava?
Understood. Thank you.
So that means bhava bhakti. The characteristics of sudurlabhata is there in where? So the bhava and also in the prema. Yes. But prema bhakti is having all the 6 characteristics. And bhava bhakti is having the 4 characteristics. Sadhana bhakti is having the 2 characteristics. In, we are seeing in the 5th canto, Rajan Patir Guru, Rajan Patir Guru Ralamba Bhavata Yaduna Daivam Priya Kulapati Vachakin Karova Astweva Manga Bhajatam Bhagavan Mukundo Mukshim Dadati Karvichit Smana Bhakti Yoga. What is the translation of this? Please.
My dear king, in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th chapter, verse 18, Narada also says to Yudhishthira, my dear king, it is Lord Krishna, known as Mukunda, who is the eternal protector of the Pandavas and the Yadus. He is also your spiritual master and instructor in every respect. He is the only worshipable God for you. He is very dear and affectionate, and he is the director of all your activities, both individual and familial. And what's more, he sometimes carries out your orders as if he were your messenger. My dear king, how very fortunate you are, because for others, all these favors given to you by the Supreme Lord would not even be dreamt of. The purport to this verse is that the Lord easily offers liberation, but he rarely agrees to offer a soul devotional service, because by devotional service, the Lord himself becomes purchased by the devotee.
Yeah. So here the main point, so Prabhupada is highlighting. Lord gives liberation so easy. But the point is, he will never give here devotional service means what? Here Prema Bhakti, which controls him. That means Prema Bhakti is the beginning stage of Prema Bhakti is known as Bhava. The early stage of Prema, that means early stage means beginning of Prema is known as Bhava. So that Prema, Bhava is nothing but what? Beginning stage of Prema. So that he will not use so easily because Prema controls him. So he will not give so easily. So that's the point. Okay, next. What is that? Sandrananda Visheshatma. Next, what we have to see? Next property of the pure devotion service. Sandrananda Visheshatma. You see this. Okay, what Rupa Goswami is saying? Brahmanando bhavedesha chet parartha guni kritaha naiti bhakti sukham bodhe Paramanutulamapi. What is saying here? Brahmanando bhavet yesha chet parardha gunikritah naiti bhakti sukam bodhe paramanutulamapi. What it means? Parardha means what? Parardha means what is the ayu of the age of Brahmaji? He has two parardhas. 50 years of Brahmaji is known as parardha. Brahmaji lives for 100 years. So his 50 years is one parardha. Okay. Our 365 days into like that how many? 43 lakh 20,000. 43 lakh 20,000 lakhs. 43 lakhs 20,000 into 365 days into multiplied 1000. 365 multiplied by, that means our 365 days is 1 year, na? Like that, one Chaturyuga. One Chaturyuga means one Satyuga plus one Treta Yuga plus one Dwapar Yuga plus one Kali Yuga. All these four yugas together is known as one Chaturyuga. Chatur means four. So Chaturyuga. So one Chaturyuga is containing how many years? So 43 lakh 20,000 years. And 1 year is equal to how many days? 365 days. So like that, this thousand Chaturyugas, this total will become what? Brahmaji's 12 hours. So that means day will be over. And night is one more 12 hours. That means multiply by 2. Then Brahmaji's 24 hours are over. So then into 50. Like that, Brahmaji's 365 days. His 1 year is over. Like that, 50. So this is equal to one parartha of Brahmaji. Is it clear? How many our days will be there in one parartha of the Brahmaji? 50 into 365 into 2 into 1000 into 4 lakh 32 34 lakh 43 lakh 20,000 into 360. These many days will be there, our days, human days in Brahmaji's one parartha. So with this number, what is the total number? This, can anyone say? 365 3 365 into 43 lakhs 20,000. 40 lakh into 1000 to 2 to 360 to 8. What is that answer? 5.75 into e power 16. This is many. If we multiply with this number, with the pleasure come from liberation. Pleasure come from liberation. Pleasure comes from liberation. That means when you identify yourself as Brahman, by identifying self as Brahman, whatever the pleasure comes, that pleasure should be multiplied with this number. And the total pleasure now. Now the sum, what are the resultant pleasure? Resultant pleasure. This pleasure cannot be equal to a small. It cannot be equal to Bhakti Sukam Bhode Paramanu Tulamapi is not equal to the this pleasure cannot be equal to a small atom of Bhakti ocean. Cannot be this pleasure is not cannot be equal to a small atom of what of the pleasure of ocean of bhakti. That means the pleasure comes from the bhakti is like an ocean. In that ocean, that's not what that's what of pleasure. That's the ocean of what pleasure. In that ocean of pleasure, even a small atom, ATAM, atom, even a small atom, you cannot equate this pleasure which is coming. So which is resultant. So that pleasure you cannot be equal to a small atom of 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 the atom of the pleasure of ocean of bhakti. Is it clear? So that means bhakti gives immense pleasure and liberation. Just it is compared with the liberation and it is told to you. That means Sandrananda Visheshatma. This means why these figures are given to you. These are all just a figures. It's a figurative of expression. That means to express the amount of pleasure we derive from the bhakti, you cannot compare with the pleasure which is coming with the moksha. Because if you see in this material world, whatever pleasure is, that is insignificant in front of the pleasure which comes from the liberation. Now by eating, by doing the ahara, nidra, by maithunam, by sleeping, by having the sex. So all this pleasure is insignificant actually. In front of the pleasure which comes from the liberation. And if you multiply that pleasure with the 5.75 into e power 10, e power 16, and that resultant pleasure cannot be equated to even a small atom of the pleasure of the ocean of bhakti. That means the pleasure of the bhakti, pleasure comes from the bhakti is like an ocean. In that, even one small atom, you cannot equate to that. So that means Sandra Ananda Vishesha is a full of bliss. You are getting this point? Who? You got this?
Yes. Yes.
What you got? Tell me.
That the pleasure that we get cannot be equated to the small atom of pleasure of the ocean of bhakti. So the pleasure that we get from bhakti is actually very immense.
Yes. It's very immense. Now, Jivatma is forgetting this goal actually, simply looking for small things to get a post, to get some position, to get some wealth, so to get some kind of, that means nadhanam najanam nasundari, to get the wealth, to get the woman, to get the name, to get the fame. People are forgetting the such a great thing is ready for you. That means if one does the sadhana bhakti and reaches to the prema, and if he bhava, then if he continues further, then he will be getting the prema bhakti. Prema bhakti is having this quality, is full of bliss. When you enter into the prema bhakti, the pleasure whatever you derive is very immense and it is like an ocean. This pleasure is like an ocean, and you cannot equate of that bottom of that ocean to you. The pleasure whatever you get from the moksha, if you multiply that with the 5.57 into e power 16. So just to think very deeply, what a path is given to us. And one should greed for this pleasure actually. One should be greed for this pleasure and he has to engage himself in all the time devotional service, even for this. Yeah. And you are going to get such a great achievement. But we are so dull-minded, so mandaha sumanda matayo mandabhagya upadata. So dull-minded actually. Even after coming to the bhakti also, getting the association of devotees, driven away by these small things and just quarreling and fighting, leaving the association and doing the politics in the temple and doing the politics in the association and making the whole devotional environment as just a materialistic environment and not identifying this kind of great achievement and simply losing the time and wasting the life. Yes. So now Rupa Goswami Pad is going to give further references to us. So in Hari Bhakti Sloda it is said, Tavat Sakshat Karnahlada Vishuddhapti Stitasya me Sukani Oshpadayante Brahmanyapi Jagadguru Brahmanyapi Jagadguru. Please read the translation of this. Someone. Now we understood what is Sandrananda Visheshatma means. Is a full of bliss. Amrita Mata read. You are there. I want to see others also to participate. So drowsy. Why you are all today drowsy? Ah. Are you reading?
Continue reading, Prabhu.
Huh? Are you able to follow or not? Tell me, you answer actually at least.
Me, Prabhu.
Huh? Where are you? Raise your hand.
Me, is it me?
Yeah, Amrita Mataji, I'm asking.
Yes, Prabhu. What you asking?
I'm
You want-
asking to read.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Yeah.
Right. In the Hari Bhakta Subodhaya, Prahlad Maharaj, while satisfying Lord Narasimha by his prayers, says, My dear Lord of the universe, I am feeling transcendental pleasure in your presence and have become merged in the ocean of happiness. I now consider the happiness of Brahmananda to be no more than the water in the impression left by a cow's hoof in the earth compared to the ocean of bliss. Similarly, it is confirmed in the Bhavarta Deepika, Sridhara Swami's commentary on the Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear Lord, some of the fortunate persons who are swimming in the ocean of your nectar of devotion and who are relishing the nectar of narration of your pastimes certainly know the excesses which immediately minimize the value of happiness derived from religiousness, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Such a transcendental devotee regards any kind of happiness other than devotional service as no better than the straw in the street.
So, okay, what point you got from this? Who will explain what is the point we should derive from this? What we are establishing? What we want to establish? You have to be present in the class and be active and raise the hands when I ask all of you. If someone is knowing. So what I am saying, so now you read this paragraph is related to what? Now what characteristics of Bhakti we are reading? Sandrananda Visheshatma. Yes? What is the meaning of Sandrananda Visheshatma? That we already came to know. So Bhakti is full of bliss. So now how this is going to help you to establish that? This Haribhakti Sudodaya sloka. And what point you should take from here? Able to relate yourself, able to feel you are in the class, are you able to follow the class, are you getting the how to read an NOD? So who will explain? Yes. Yes, Mati.
It's actually the evidence of what you actually mentioned earlier, Prabhu, how that the pleasure that we get from doing devotional service is so much that the pleasure that we get from merging with the Supreme Lord is just very little. So it cannot be compared.
With what he compared here in this Haribhakti Sudodaya?
In the Hari Bhakti Sudodaya, he compared Brahmananda to be no more than the water in the impression left by a cow's hoof in the earth. To the
Cow's
ocean.
hoof print, the water stored in the cow's hoof print. Yeah. So the pleasure derived from the Brahmananda is compared with the water which is stored in a cow's hoof print. And the pleasure derived from the bhakti is compared with what?
Ocean of ocean.
Ocean. So that means devotional service is giving the pleasure like ocean. That means it is establishing what? Bhakti is
of contents bliss.
Full of bliss. Sandrananda Visheshatma is a full of bliss.
Yes.
Dense bliss. Yes.
Yes.
Bhavad Deepika also said, Mataji read already this one also. Tavat Katama Katamruta Pathodau Viharanto Mahamudha Kurvanti Kritinah Kechit Chaturvakam Tronopaya. So someone who is getting the bliss from the bhakti, for him the Chaturvarga. That means Chaturvarga means what? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Religiosity, economical development, sense gratification, and liberation. All these will become like a blade of grass. It may looking, that means Subhada means bhakti gives pleasure. So these all topics, it might be looking for you like Moksha Lagata Krut and also Sandrananda Vishesh Atma, it might be looking similar, but you should understand the points very clearly. What is what? And also you should feel the appreciation for the bhakti. That means so much bliss it is going to give to you. And your faces are not so excited. Oh, I'm going to get for this kind of pleasure. Oh my God. And I'm going to get Amrita Mati should off. You don't have habit of muting. You are unmuted once again. Yeah, please. When you are not speaking, you should be muted. Yeah. So previous class also it was complaint came actually. So kindly please everyone, whoever is hearing in the offline, in the recording, so they are saying it. So noise is coming and devotees are not maintaining strictly, muting their mics. And because of this noise is also added, and when they are hearing, they are also getting this. So kindly cooperate with this, please. Sometimes I may also forget to ask you to mute it, but you have to be there. Okay. So now the point is you should be getting excitement by knowing this glory of the bhakti. Oh, prema bhakti is completely bliss, and that bliss cannot be equated even a small atom. So it's bliss like an ocean. Its bliss is like compared with the ocean, and you cannot compare even one atom in that ocean with the bliss, whatever is coming from the liberation, which is multiplied with the 5.570 e power 16. That's the beauty of the bhakti. So next one is what? What is the next characteristic? Next characteristic is Sri Krishna Karshini. This is the next characteristic. Okay. Krutva Harim Prema Bhajam Priya Varga Samanvitam Bhaktir Vashikaroditi Sri Krishna Karshini Mata Krutva Harim Prema Bhajam Priya Varga Samanvitam Bhakti Vashīkaroti iti Sri Krishna. So, what it does? Bhakti Vashīkaroti. This Bhakti controls the law. When devotees get the pure, that means prema bhakti in their heart. Prema bhakti is like a rope actually. Prema rashanaya. With that rope of love, they are going to bind the lotus feet of the Lord, and Lord is seized actually. He is seized in the heart of the pure devotees, and he is always lying there. That means Lord controls, sorry, bhakti. That by what they are tying the lotus feet of the Lord? With the rope of the love. So love can bind the Lord. That means love can control the Lord. So prema bhakti, he is having the quality of controlling the Lord. This is the point you should understand. So what is the proof? In the 11th canto, Ekadasha means 11th canto, you say. न साधयति मां योगो न सांख्यं धर्म युद्धवा न स्वाध्यायस्तपस्त्यागो यथा भक्तिर्ममोचिता. So what is the translation? Can anyone read? Yes. Sita Mata, please read. I am taking new paper.
Prabhu, the translation.
Please.
Rupa Goswami says, sorry, Prabhu. Sri Rupa Goswami has stated that devotional service.
What I am saying, I am asking you to translation of that sloka.
Oh, okay. Just one moment, Prabhu.
So I am checking the attentiveness of everyone. They should know how the flow of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is going on. That's why I am asking all of you to read. You should follow me the way I am teaching. I am asking, so what is the translation of the sloka we read just now? You are able to follow? Sita Mata. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, Prabhu. Just one moment, Prabhu. I'm because the thing just away from I usually don't to read the sloka. Just one moment, Prabhu. Maybe others can try first while I find the sloka again.
Others, I want others. Tarni Mata, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am.
This fact is corroborated by Krishna in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 14th chapter, verse 20, where he says, My dear Uddhava, you may know it from me that the attraction I feel for devotional service rendered by my devotees is not to be attained even by the performance of mystic yoga, philosophical speculation, ritualistic sacrifices, the study of Vedanta, the practice of severe austerities, or the giving of everything in charity. These are, of course, very nice activities, but they are not as attractive to me as the transcendental loving service rendered by my devotees.
Now tell me, Mataji, what you got from this?
From this verse, I could say that other than transcendental loving service, which is bhakti, doesn't attract Krishna. Whatever it is, like performance of mystic yoga, philosophical speculation, ritualistic sacrifices, studies of Vedanta, the practice of severe austerities, or the giving of everything in charity, is not going to attract bhakti. Or is not going to attract Krishna, only bhakti attracts Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very good. So, who is the supreme personality of the Godhead? Who is the creator? Who is the proprietor of the whole universe? Krishna is the proprietor of everything. And he is the cause of everything. And how to attract him actually? If you want to attract him, what you should do? In this universe, there are so many things he created actually by using his three modes. So by these three modes, so many things are manifested And based upon these modes, you can do so many things. You can do philosophical speculation, that is out of goodness, ritualistic sacrifices, that is out of passion, so on, so many Vedanta studies and giving the charity, and you might be doing so many things. But those are not going to attract him. If you go and do those things, you might be a best family man. You might be serving so strictly all your duties. That's not going to attract the Lord. Or you might be charity, you might be giving the millions and millions of rupees you are earning and you are feeding to the hunger people. And you might be feeding to the needed people actually. And you might be doing this so much charity work. So that is not going to please him. And you might be just controlling all your senses and you are focusing on the Paramatma who is residing in the heart. And for that you left everything. And that is not going to attract him. Only thing is the pure love, prema. So prema, that means the prema, whatever the gopis and the residents of the Vraja. So whatever they are having, that prema, so that is going to attract him. It's going to pull him and he'll become mad after that and he'll be fully controlled by that. Sri Krishna Karshini is attracted for that such a way, he is completely, you can control also him by that. So from this one should understand the glory of the bhakti and importance of the bhakti. And he is the supreme proprietor. Once again, from in the seventh canto also we are seeing Narada is saying, Yuyam nuloke pata bhuri bhaga lokam punana munayo viyanti yesham gruhan avastiti saksha udham param brahma manushalingam. So translation for this is going to read, so Krishna, actually, yeah, please.
How Krishna becomes attracted by the devotional service of his devotees is described by Narada in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 10th chapter, verses 48 and 49. There Narada addresses King Yudhishthira while the king is appreciating the glories of the character of Prahlad Maharaj. A devotee always appreciates the activities of other devotees. Yudhishthir Maharaj was appreciating the qualities of Prahlad, and that is one symptom of a pure devotee. A pure devotee never thinks himself great. He always thinks that other devotees are greater than himself. The king was thinking, Prahlad Maharaj is actually a devotee of the Lord, while I am nothing. And while thinking this, he was addressed by Narada as follows. My dear King Yudhishthir, you, the Pandava brothers, are the only fortunate people in this world. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared on this planet and is presenting himself to you as an ordinary human being. He is always with you in all circumstances. He is living with you and covering himself from the eyes of others. Others cannot understand that he is the Supreme Lord, but he is still living with you as your cousin, as your friend, and even as your messenger. Therefore, you must know that nobody in this world is more fortunate than you. Hare Krishna.
So now, can you establish the point from this? What point we should establish and how? Both I want. Can you do? You can do this? No. So who can do that? Raise the hand. What point we should establish based upon this reference? What point we should establish? What is the topic here? Yes. Saptaparanam.
Hare
Go
Krishna,
ahead.
Pranam Prabhu. Prabhuji, I am trying
Yeah,
that.
please.
Yes, Prabhuji, according to these reading portions, I feel like that pure devotee always think that he is.
Oh my God. That is not the topic here. What is the topic actually? We are discussing where we are now, what we are discussing. This seventh cantos, this
Yes.
quotation is a proof for what? That's why I want everyone to be alert in the class. No, you are not saying. That means, see, when we see the one sloka and its translation, there are so many points, good points. But you have to pick up the point which is relevant for this present context. What is the context you should know? Otherwise, this Bhakti Rasams in the book will be like a puzzling game for you. You'll be understanding something else, and you may not be understanding what Rupa Goswami wants to tell to you. So that is my main concern. This is happening in the society actually. So you should know what is the context. Yes, Sarvani Mataji, go ahead.
Prabhu, I'll try. Here, Bhakti attracts the associates of the Lord as well as the Lord. In this paragraph, it shows
Bhakti attracts the Lord. Sri
the
Krishna Karshini. So this is
Yeah.
the characteristic of Bhakti. That means attracting Lord. This quality is there in where? In the Bhakti. This is the context. You are clear in this. Now to establish this proof is given. That means seventh cantos verses are given to us. So now you have to pick up the point to establish the context, contextual point. Okay? Yeah, do that.
Okay, I'll try again. Here, King Yudhishthira is attracted to the bhakti that Prahlad Maharaj has for Krishna, while Narada is attracted to King Yudhishthira for the bhakti that he has, which attracts Krishna. And because Krishna comes as his cousin, as his messenger, willing to live with him. You know, that's where it's coming along there.
Can you come again? Come again.
You want me to repeat again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try again. King Yudhishthira is attracted to the bhakti that Prahlad Maharaj has for Krishna, which attracts Krishna. And Narada is attracted to King Yudhishthira's bhakti, which attracts Krishna to come and serve King Yudhishthira himself.
No need of that much puzzling you should not do. This is speculation. Here, Rupa Goswami's intention is what? Bhakti attracts Krishna. Establish that. Remaining things you can do later.
Okay. Basically, Krishna comes as the messenger, the cousin, and living with the Lord. So he is very fortunate, for he has the bhakti. King Yudhishthira.
He is not fortunate. Their bhakti is attracting Krishna. That's why he is becoming everything for them. He is becoming like a messenger. He is becoming like a chariot driver, and he is becoming like cousin. He is becoming like everything for them. He is the supreme personality of the Godhead, and he is the creator of everything, and he is the cause of everything. But still, he is coming for his devotees as just a chariot driver. Why he is becoming like that? Why he is being controlled by them? Because their bhakti is attracting him. That is a point you should say.
Yes.
Okay, it's clear for everyone?
Yes.
Nanda, tell me what you understood.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Just now only Bhakti attracts Krishna, and because of Bhakti rendered by devotees, he comes as anything for the and all.
How he came in this context?
As a chariot driver for Arjuna and messenger for the Pandava brothers.
Yes, like that. Your signal is very weak actually. The voice is cutting and coming. Okay, no problem. Next. Next point. Agrato. Okay, let me share. So now you might be deriving these so many points in that purport, whatever given by Srila Prabhupada. Of course, you can focus on those. That means you can know, but your focus should be on the point what Srila Rupa Goswami want to say. If you don't catch it and if you just dwell in here and there, then there is no point actually. What is the point of this? So reading this Srila Rupa Goswami's book means you should understand what is the context and for what purpose it is given. The heading is what? You know what heading is given? You tell me. So let me share the screen. In heading, what it is given, you should remember that. Here is attracting Krishna. Who is attracting? Bhakti attracts Krishna. That means attracting quality is there in the Bhakti. So this is the point. You have this you should not forget. This should be in your mind. And keeping this in your mind, and you should see the things here. And this reference is given. This is a reference. 7th canto, 10th chapter. And in this reference, you might have seen this is the quotation, and this is the translation of the sloka. There are so many things are there here. But what you have to grasp? Oh, Krishna became as a messenger for them, and he became as a cousin. Even he is a supreme personality of God, he became cousin and he was started protecting all the time them. And he became simply a chariot driver also. What is this? This is making him to become all this what? That's their bhakti. That means their bhakti is attracting. That means, oh, this is so great quality in the prema bhakti. It attracts Krishna. That has to be understood. You should say that first, then you can speak so many things, no problem. So pure devotees always think themselves as inferior. So like this is there. A pure devotee never thinks actually a devotee of the Lord. Never thinks himself. So a pure devotee never thinks himself great. He always thinks that other devotees are greater than himself. This is not the point here. You should highlight it. Okay? You're all understanding my intentions. You can relish so many things, relish it. But you should not forget the flow. That's the point. So, finally, what? All these qualities. So, Prabhupada is also writing further. That means he became chariot driver. So, in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna appeared in his universal form, Arjuna prayed, oh, dear Krishna, I thought of you as my cousin brother. And so I behaved. shown disrespect to you in so many ways, calling you Krishna or as friend, but you are so great that I couldn't understand. So that was the position of Pandavas. Although Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, the greatest among all the greats, he remained with those royal brothers being attracted by their devotion. That means here Prabhupada is saying Krishna, when Arjuna saw the universal form, he understood, my God, his whole creation came from him. And he's seeing these millions of the heads and millions of the hands and millions of the legs, and he's the cause of everything. And such a person he is now, but we are simply calling him as a Hey Krishna, oh son of the Vasudev, and oh son of this, oh son of the Yadu, Yadava, oh descendant of the Yadavas, like that. So easily he's calling and approaching. And such a big personality, he became like that. Why? That is, that is the love of the devotees. That is attracting him. That you should grasp. And that you should focus and that you should speak whenever you speak and what to anyone else. Next point is these 6 qualities. I already said. First 2 qualities manifest in the stage of what? In the sadhana bhakti. Suddha sadhana bhakti, should remember. Suddha sadhana bhakti is different and asuddha sadhana bhakti is different. So in the Suddha sadhana bhakti stage, first 2 qualities are manifesting. And in the bhava bhakti, another 2 qualities are manifesting. And in the prema bhakti, the another 2 more qualities are going to manifest. Prema bhakti is having all 6. Bhava bhakti is having the 4. And sadhana bhakti is having the 2. Okay. Next, we are going to the next point. Swalpapi ruchirevasya bhakti tattvaavabodhika yuktistu kevala naiva yadasya yad asya apratishthata. So now we have seen so many magnanimous qualities of the bhakti. By this, you should get the taste for the bhakti. If you get taste for this bhakti, then you can perform little taste. Not the full taste means not the like raganu bhaktas. But if you try to apply your logic, how bhakti is going to control the Lord. So what are the different elements which are controlling? What is God particle? What is the controlling element? This. And how it can be sudurlabha? Why can't we can achieve this in this material world? Just by logic, you are not going to understand this bhakti actually. And in this situation, now the present situation, we are all conditioned. So, but what? You should have taste and faith on the Suddha Bhakta. Who is that Suddha Bhakta? Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is saying, and Srila Prabhupada is giving the commentary on that. He is making us to understand. So you should have faith on these people and accept this bhakti as it is, the glories of the bhakti as it is, and you should follow. Follow for what? Doing this sadhana bhakti. Now I am going to do. But you don't have any taste for this, and you don't have faith on them. And if you try to use your logic to explore the qualities of the bhakti by your logical thinking, and then you cannot get anything actually. You cannot progress. You might be sitting and thinking, how can I logically understand all these qualities of the bhakti and glories of the bhakti? So that means the people who are not in the devotion, here Rupa Goswami is alerting us, they should have faith. How can I get a faith? I didn't see Krishna with my eyes. That means pratyaksha pramana. That means sense perception is not happening. And I cannot, as I cannot understand this by the logic. So that's why I don't want to accept this. If you say like that, then you are gone. But if you taste it actually, if you do little bhakti, just coming to the, that means whoever is completely unaware of the Krishna consciousness. So let him come, have hear the kirtan, and he be in the association of the devotees and joy, little joy. Experience the enjoyment, happiness. Because bhakti, even if you do little bit, that is going to give taste actually. That is going to taste you. That is making you to taste the bliss actually. It will taste a bliss to you. It's okay. So that is the element actually needed. That little taste is element is needed to understand further. Otherwise, just if we keep on, that means some logician is coming and trying to see this flow of the book, then for him, how it will be? Oh, like Nayayikas. And there is nothing in this material world to compare to you with the bhakti and prove to you. It's completely transcendental element and which cannot be received by the conditioned soul, which cannot be experienced by the conditioned soul fully in this present state. Then how one can proceed? The little taste, whatever you get. So what he's saying, Swalpapi ruchireva syat bhakti tattvava bodhika. To understand this bhakti tattvam, what you need, a little taste is needed. Naiva yuktihi, kevala yuktihi. Simply logic is not going to help you to understand this bhakti tattva. So to understand the whatever the qualities set for the bhakti and also further whatever the bhakti qualities you are going to hear and various things about the bhakti, for that what you need? Ruchi you need. Swalpapi ruchi, little ruchi is needed. But if you don't want to feel the ruchi and you want to use your logic, and with that logical mind you want to approach, that is not going to help you to understand the tattva. Simply logic is not going to. But logic is needed. We are not asking you to be blind, but that logic should be under the control of Shastra actually. Shastra gives the axioms. That means some facts and figures are given by Shastra like what? Like a axioms. You cannot examine those. Those are you should be accepting. And based upon those axioms, you can apply your logic. So that logical approach is allowed. But irrespective of the Shastric axioms or Shastric facts and figures, you want to use the simple logic, and if you try to understand the glory of the bhakti, or if you try to understand the tattva of the bhakti, that's not going to help. That kind of approach, simple logical approach, is not going to help. Logic is not having any significant role. Independently, it is not useful. Tarka apratishthana. Okay. So to understand bhakti, what you need now? Ruchi, little ruchi, taste. So to taste, you come and see in our temples, the people how are they are tasting the bhakti and enjoying. So that kind of taste is needed to understand the bhakti. Is it clear? So next, you all have taste, no? No. तत्र प्राचीनैरपि युक्तं यत्नेन आपादितोऽप्यर्थः कुलशैः अनुमातृभिः अभियुक्ततरैर् अन्यैः अन्यतैवोपपद्यते. Tarko Pratishtana. Prachina he means previous acharyas, like Vedavyas also said. But he said Tarka doesn't have any Pratishta. That means in this material world, with your logical brain, if you try to understand the bhakti, it is not going to help you, that logical brain. What you need? You need the taste of the bhakti. That is going to help. You all have taste, then you can understand this bhakti tattva. So the next, this is over. Ata sadhana bhakti. Now we are going to start sadhana bhakti. Hmm. You can read this with the first stage of devotion. That means sadhana bhakti. What is the first stage of pure devotion? It is what? First stage of pure devotion. What is the first stage of pure devotion? Huh? Sadhana bhakti. So that we are going to. These two paragraphs already we discussed. You can read. Now first stage of pure devotion will be studying. सा भक्ति साधनम भाव प्रेम चेते त्रिधोदिता. Sa bhakti. That means that bhakti is three types. What bhakti? Pure bhakti, Suddha bhakti. Sa bhakti, ka bhakti, Suddha bhakti, Suddha bhakti. Suddha bhakti is Trividha. Is three types. Sadhana, bhava and prema. Where it is in this. So here. It has been stated that devotional service can be divided into three categories, namely devotional service in practice, devotional service in ecstasy, and devotional service in pure love of God. So now Srila Rupa Goswami proposes to describe devotional service in practice, that means sadhana bhakti. Okay. What is sadhana bhakti? Suddha sadhana. What is the definition of Suddha sadhana bhakti? What I said. Can you translate that? Suddha sadhana bhakti. You remember all? When I discussed about the Anyabhilasha Sunyam, I said how I translated. All of you wrote, na? What is the meaning of Suddha sadhana bhakti? No homework, no, you people not at all working in the home. What do you think actually? This academic, na? Academics actually, but this Bhakti Shastri is academic course. Okay, Ekanishta Mataji, go ahead.
I try, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes.
Sadhana Bhakti, Sudo Sadhana Bhakti, devotional service through practice by body, action, and speech.
Not devotional service. You should not say devotional service in the beginning. You are going to define that. So, doing activity. Hare Krishna, where are you?
Hare Krishna.
Raise the hand. Okay. Yes. Doing activity, you should say, you should begin from the, so saying doing activity.
Doing activity through practice using body, action, and speech.
What, this is enough? What is Suddha Sadhana Bhakti?
That's all I have, Prabhu, to answer you.
Everyone is feeling sleepy. Is how much? What is the time there? Krishna Darshini Mata. Feeling sleepy?
Okay.
Okay, tell me. What is Suddha Sadhana Bhakti? How I went? How I began? First, from where we should start? Shila Dhatu is having the two different meanings, or not?
I remember there was two. One is doing and one more is thinking.
Not thinking. Okay.
Chesta Rupa and Bhava Rupa.
Chesta Rupa and Bhava Rupa.
Yeah.
That means activities, and another is ecstasy.
Ecstasy, yes.
Ecstasy, it will be Preeti Vishadaatmaka. Ecstasy in out of joy, ecstasy out of sorrow. We are not. So, if you take for the Shila Dhatu, so ecstasy, that means Bhava Rupa, then that is going to define Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. Actually, Bhakti is two types only. Bhava and Prema is one category. In the commentary also we are seeing. That says one category. Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath is saying it's one category. If you take for the Shila Dhatu, so as what meaning? So Bhava Rupa, then that is going to define the Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. But you should not take that. So you should take for the Shila Dhatu what? Chesta Rupa. Okay? Okay, after that, define the whole, that means Anya, see, sadhana bhakti means it should be also Anyabhilasha, Sunyam, Gnana, Karmadana, Arutama, Anukulan, Krishna, Anusilam, Bhakti Uttama. This condition has to be satisfied or not? Sadhana bhakti means. Sadhana bhakti also Suddha bhakti only, na? Sadhana bhakti is also Suddha bhakti or not? Yes. That means, so for the Suddha bhakti definition is given. Anyabilasha Sunyam Gnana Karmadhyanavartam Anukulyani Krishnanusilna Bhaktiruttam. This is the definition is given. So in this definition, by keeping what you will be getting this definition as the definition for the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, what you should keep for the Anusilanam word, for the Silanam word, you should keep the meaning of what? Chesta Rupa. Anyone proceed for this? Saubhagyavati. Unmute it.
Hi, Krishna Bro.
Yes. What?
Yeah, true.
It's very difficult, huh? No problem. Amrita Mata? Actually, I wrote everything on the board. That means the final statement of the Anyabilasa Sunya. That means each word I took. Silanam, Anusilana means this. That means Krishna Anusila means this. Then Anukula and Krishna Anusila means this. That means if we add the next thing, that means Anyabilasa Sunyam plus Anukula and Krishna Anusila means this is the English translation. Then I added one more thing. That means so Gnana Karma Janavrutam plus Anukulya Anyablasha Sunyam plus Anukulya Krishna Anusila means this. So here we put that means Sila Dhatu for that chest rupa we took. So that's why this total meaning will be becoming the total translation is becoming the definition for the Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. Like that I said, Arnab. That's the 5th class and 6th class.
So Prabhu, you want us to explain? Okay, so that means Chesta Rupa, which is activity, body, mind. And Bhava Rupa is ecstasy, which is mind or heart. So
Yes.
there are two types of activity, Nivritti and Pravritti. Nivritti is doing, Pravritti is not doing. And Nivritti is not doing, Pravritti is doing. And then, so it goes into Krishnanusilanam. So doing activities for Krishna or related to Krishna, that either by body, mind, or speech. Some more? You want me to tell? Some more? Okay. After that,
After that, it continues to Anukulena, which is all activities must be done, which is pleasing to Krishna. But again and again. Anu.
Anu means again and again. Because since those activities are pleasing Krishna, so that performer will be doing that again and again or not? Only one time you will do and stop? No. He will be doing again and again, again and again. How many times? Then continuously you will be doing. Okay. Yes. Anu means continuous or again and again. Okay. Yeah.
Continue.
Now that means now Krishna, Anukula and Krishna Anusila means what is the total meaning?
Activity done by body, speech, or mind, which is pleasing to Krishna repeatedly without stopping.
Yes. Now this is the Anukula Krishna Anusilam. But can you say is the Suddha Bhakti? Is a Suddha Sadhana Bhakti? Can you say? Because now why you are saying this is Sadhana Bhakti? Because you took for the Shila Dhatu, you took the Chesta Rupa. That means activity you took, not the ecstasy. So that's why this sentence is defining for what? This sentence can be the part of the definition of what?
Sadhana Bhakti.
That is the point. It's a part of the Sadhana Bhakti. Okay. Now to make it Suddha Sadhana Bhakti, what you should do?
Your Bhakti.
Anya Vilasita Sunyam.
Yes.
Yes.
Anavritam.
Now tell me, add those two and then translate and tell me.
Anya Vilasita Sunyam means without other desires.
Without?
Anavrita means not covered by
jnana.
Jnana or karma. Jnana is analytical speculation
Ah,
and motive activities, family ritualistic activities, and so on.
yes. That will give it a complete definition of Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. Now,
Performing activities
ah,
Krishna
ah,
or related to Krishna,
ah,
either by
ah,
body, mind, or speech, in
ah,
favor of Krishna,
ah,
repeatedly,
ah,
without stopping,
Without.
and then
ah,
without other desires,
ah,
and without covered by jnana, karma, and so on.
ah. You got now the translation, but you have to while applying in the practical life, you'll be realizing more actually. Okay. So now as a beginner you are, so you got this. Then next gradually you will be. So this a lot of things are there inside these sentences. What is the meaning of Gnana Karma Janavrutam? Even if you go deeply, when you read the Bhagavatam, you will understand this. What is the Bhakti should not be covered by the Gnana and Karma. It has a hidden meaning. So many hidden meanings are there. Those you will understand gradually. But at least from this course, I'm expecting this. And when you study and you go for the Bhakti Prakara course, then you'll understand further more. Okay, everyone is okay. This is the definition for what? This is the definition for Suddha Sadhana Bhakti.
Suddha Sadhana.
So now we are going to discuss about that Suddha Sadhana Bhakti. This is a pure devotional science. So that means what Narada Muni is saying, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. Tatparatvena. Yeah. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Richit. That means to satisfy this, that means one has to do the continuously activities for Krishna which are not covered by the Jnana and Karma and so on. That means what are those? Those are nothing but continuously one should do. So Sakshat Bhakti. Sakshat Bhakti. That's a Shavanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. This kind of things he has to do continuously. And without any other motivations. Only one motivation, that is pleasing Krishna. So for that, one has to be, so what? Completely, that means surrendering to the Krishna. Then only he can perform this. So that's why surrendering to the Krishna is the basic requirement to do pure devotional service. How much? Fully surrender, not half surrendering. Half you surrender to the bhakti and half you surrender to the karma, then your bhakti is not, so yeah, is not your bhakti is not simply, is not uncovered by the karma and jnana, you cannot say. Okay, this I will be revealing to you in further classes, but I pray once again to all of you, this is the most important thing in your life. Remaining all things are nothing. Your job and your post position, your family duties are nothing. If you don't hear these lectures again and don't understand, and you don't follow up, and if you are not able to get, pray to the Lord. This is very much important. You should pray to the Lord. I am full, my dear Lord, so please help me. And He will give the sufficient intelligence to understand this. But understanding is very important. Otherwise, you'll be cheated. You'll be cheated means you'll be missed actually. You'll be missing your life. If you don't understand what is Suddha Bhakti, how can you get that whole attraction for the Miss Krishna Prema, further stages? I don't know. Amrita Mataji always she unmutes and I don't know why she is able to unmute herself. I didn't. I took out the permissions, but still her mics get unmuted. I don't know what kind of software she's using. She's cracking the Zoom also. Able to unmute her without permissions of the host. She is able to unmute it. Speak. Anyway. Okay. We'll see in the next class. Next class will be on the Monday. It's clear for everyone. You are sincere students now? Yes? Yes or no? You want to be sincere? So then you should be hearing again and again and studying actually. And go through the class how we should study the NOD and how to absorb the content and how to that should not be just sake of discussion we do discussion that you should feel that means when you get to some point the reaction should be in that way only like so two lovers are there so one is doing this so playfully and that another partner is just lying like a just I'm giving an example crude example and he's not at all reacting. And what is this? It's simply it's like a though there is no rasa actually. Like some drama is going on and some nice jokes are going on, and you are simply so seeing seriously the jokes are going on. How it will be? What is this actually? Will it be appropriate response? Like you are understanding the glories of the bhakti and you are not feeling the that means, oh, I should get such a eagerness is not coming in you. And what is this actually? You're not feeling enthusiasm, then what is this? Like big drama is going so much, so everyone is laughing, but you are simply seriously seeing what it is. It will be a joke actually. So like that, when you read the NOD, whenever you go through, if you first you should understand clearly, and also there should be a appropriate response from you, reaction from you. Then that will pull you up in the devotion. Otherwise, what? Only for the sake of passing this exam, I will be studying this, that, and finishing and winding up over. Then after that, even 10 years of student open. Okay, in Bhakti Shastri, I did NOD. I know everything, that's all. But you don't know anything but just wind it up. Just close that and anyway, because I got, anyway, you will get the marks, 80, 90 marks. Oh, I got nice marks. Okay, I know everything. Based upon the marks, you simply imagining you know everything and you are just keeping that on the side. Then you lose your life. Your life will be get wasted actually if you don't read this again and again and understand and get the not only just understanding, appropriate reaction should be there in you. Feel ecstasy for the knowing the glories of the Bhakti. And such immense pleasure today we are seeing. Sandrananda Visheshatma. In that case, we are seeing how it is blissful. So, in an excited way, it is said. The same thing in the case of the Bhagavatam also. When you read the Bhagavatam, and if you don't get the appropriate reactions for that points, whatever he are hearing, that means what? So much impurity in the heart. So much dirt is there. Since you are not feeling any taste of those qualities and the glories of the bhakti, you are not feeling any taste for that. Means so much contamination. Then do chanting more and more. Don't offend the devotees. Don't blame the devotees. But this is a real, this is a fact. Bhakti is so glorious. Where you are and what you are thinking about bhakti. And if you are not able to feel that, that means you should Understand that, oh my God, I'm such a useless person. I did so much offenses this. And that's why I'm not feeling any ecstasy for this. So much enviousness towards the Lord, hidden enviousness. Because we have naturally so enviousness for anyone superior to us because of our false ego. That is in a hidden way, it is there. In the many ways. Many contaminations are there in that. That's why there is no absorption and there is no feeling of that means ecstasy for the knowing the glories. And when you hear the glories of the bhakti, not feeling the reactions, these are all symptoms of the disease, heavily disease. Strong disease is there, actually, material disease. Then be serious and beg the mercy of the pure devotees. Beg mercy from Srila Prabhupada. Beg mercy from the Rupa Goswami. Beg mercy from all the Vaishnavas. Oh my Lord, why I am not feeling any ecstasy when he hear the glories of the bhakti? What a mistake I did in my past. Oh my Lord, oh my Vaishnavas, please help me. Like that you should cry it. Otherwise, this stone-hearted heart is not going to react for these things. Simply. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेम।